Hey guys, what's going on? I am Mohawk Mike from BossFightTV, and we are here with skisonic. And you guys might recognize him if you're a fan of fighting games. So we just wanted to ask you a couple quick questions. First off, I mean, you're here. This is MLG. This isn't the first time they've done fighting games. So what do you think so far of the showings and the titles and competition?
Well, I've been to MLG before, and I went to IPL, so I'm a little bit acquainted with the quote-unquote eSports scene. I'm really glad to see that they've picked up some fighters, and these are fighters that have strong followings. So the KOF scene is a little bit small here, but issues notwithstanding, there are a lot of strong players. There's been some good matches, and it's only going to get better as the day goes along. So I'm really happy to see some of the SoCal killers out here, and I hope it goes forward with some of the same, building on this momentum. It's really awesome.
Right, and I know that's kind of one of the controversies that kind of underlay this event, is that we have NorCal Regionals is going on at the same time, so there's a split in the community, obviously East Coast, West Coast, but I mean, as far as like MLG, the prize pot that they put forward, do you feel that that's a good thing for the fighting game community, but then also do you feel that because it's scheduled on the same day that it's conflicting and it's really breaking up?
Well, I think that conflicts are going to happen more and more as we go forward with these big video game events. There are only 52 weekends in a year, and it's just going to be hard to get things separate when there are so many competing organizations and just as well so many like grassroots organizers. So I think that's a bad thing, and it's something that we should try to avoid in the future. But you know, that aside, I think the prize pot for KOF is great. It's huge, and I've been saying up until now that I thought that KOF would actually be a good pickup for MLG because it gives incentives to the players. That there are a lot of players in the fighting game scene that think KOF is a good game, but I can't play it right now. There's a 1,000-man tournament for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so I have to devote my attention to that. So if something like MLG coming in and putting in a lot of money into the pot, then it really gives players that are interested in the game but have not been able to like sit down with it something to look forward to and a reason to practice. And as well, MLG traveling around, you know, I'm sure that there will still be conflicts, but you know, maybe you don't live in NorCal. I don't live in NorCal. I live on the East Coast, so I was able to drive here, and NorCal Regionals was not as big a possibility for me. So it's unfortunate, but I hope we can work towards preventing that in the future, but it's going to happen, let's be honest.
Well, and that's with these major events, you know, we have, like you mentioned, IPL and MLG. Do you feel like going forward that there's always that stigma about fighting games as the grassroots community and eSports? I mean, do you feel like moving forward we're going in the right direction, or that there are still some changes to be made?
Well, I think that they are separate things, and eSports has its show that it tries to put on, and fighting game events are different. They're more catered towards the players, and they look at everyone as a player. Esports events are very much catered toward the spectators as far as the streams, as far as, you know, the people coming in and watching. So I think that going on in the future, that those two ideals will continue to be upheld in each respective scene. So you'll see some divergent evolution. Oh, evolution! What a
Evo!
What a pun!
All right,
didn't even mean to do that.
eSports.
Yeah, eSports. So yeah, like that's just going to happen. I think that what MLG does is fine for what it does, and you know, at the end of the day, both events are still going to bring out players. There's still tremendous incentives for players to go to either of the respective scenes. So you know, I think that they should just try to continue to build on what they have here, look towards the future when there's not a huge event in another area, and when there's more than 3 weeks for an announcement about what games are going to be at the tournament. I think that that is the biggest hindrance towards the numbers for a game like KOF here at MLG, which is pretty small.
Right. So we threw the term around a lot, and I just wanted to ask you, just in general, what does eSports mean to you?
Esports is StarCraft 2 to me. I watch so much StarCraft 2, I watch GSL, I watch MLG, I watch IPL, all that stuff. So I'm into that. We joke around in the fighting game community with the term esports quite a bit, and we refer to it as kind of like money and the show that's like this and a convention center. But I'm a little more progressive. I understand that esports guys want, in the long run, the same thing that we do. They want video games played on a massive level. They want everybody they want to watch. They want people to be able to even make a living off of it. So, you know, I think that esports is essentially pro video games, and I think that that's something that we can all get behind. Just on in our own respective scenes, we have slightly different goals, but you know, esports is just getting up there on a stage and playing a video game, trying to really like make a go of it, rather than just playing for fun.
Gotcha. Do you got any last shout outs? We talked about Evo. I didn't really mention Evo. Any other big fighting game events coming up?
There's Power Up coming up soon. CEO is in June, and Jabali always gets on me for missing his event. And don't forget UFGT8, which is run by my co-host and partner on Wake Up Shoryuken, which is the podcast that I do for Shoryuken.com. We do that weekly. You can check that out on the front page of Shoryuken.com. And aside from those events, other events in the Evo tournament series, Evolution is a tournament that I have been known for doing commentary at. Hope to be there again, and that will be the weekend of July 4th, this coming July. So check all those out if you're into fighting games, and give me a shout if you're there, if you can make it out. I love to say hello and meet fans and players and everybody.
I wanted to say thank you for doing the interview, and then hopefully we'll get you here at MLG casting or IPL, or we'll get you big time.
Oh, I like the big time. That'd be awesome.